I'll answer the question. You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth!
Let's talk. Technology, a brainchild of mankind that has been with us since the beginning of mankind itself. Humans have been creating tools to help them live and survive since we were first introduced to this planet. Through things such as spears and daggers made of wood and stone. We've come a far way from that, to the point where almost everybody on the planet has a smartphone and computer. At least first world countries, that is. However, there's something sinister going on behind the scenes. It seems that the very technology we have created to help us is destroying us slowly. There's a lot of research being done on how technology is lowering our IQ as well as making us incapable of doing simple tasks on our own. There's many articles published every day about the negative effects of technology. Now, this does not mean that we should disregard technology as a whole. Rather, it means we should pick and choose what we do with our technology. Take, for example, the iPhone. It has an application on it called Reminders, which is used to remind you of certain things. It also has a calculator. Now, as we look at people over time, we're seeing that people are having lower IQs and they're having trouble remembering stuff. We're not as sharp as we used to be due to our dependence on technology to solve most of our daily problems. Let's talk about foreign nations, primarily nations of high IQ, like China or India. Now, Asians have a very high IQ due to the fact that they are not as dependent on technology at a young age as we are. From research and talks with other people who grew up in these countries, I've learned that they were not even allowed to use calculators until they were in college. However, in America and other first world countries, children use calculators starting in middle school all the way into college. What does this mean? It means that our basic computing skills are being handed over to a technology which therefore makes us more reliant on such technologies. There's also much research being done into how computers and TVs are used to program us into thinking certain ways. We all know that radio and television is controlled by the federal government. The Telecommunications Act of 1996 clearly demonstrates this. Howard Wheeler did a great demonstration of this on his show The Network, and we can see it in modern day media. Take, for example, Trump and his battle against the globalists who have taken over the government of the United States. These very same globalists, as discussed in previous videos, control our media. And they seem to forget a lot of key information that would harm them, whereas they make up blatant lies and false stories to destroy Trump and cause an impeachment. Our main form of communication has been taken hostage by a group of elite individuals. The very technology we created in order to achieve excellence is being used against us. Let's take a look at the kids. A lot of kids, almost all kids nowadays, won't eat or do anything unless they have a screen in front of them with some cartoon playing some type of programming to teach the children what they want to be taught. They meaning the ones who want to control the mass media, or do control the mass media. There's a cartoon I remember seeing called Jake and the Neverland Pirates, which talked about anti-piracy. Now, this is an odd topic for children's shows, as piracy is something of an adult issue. However, they would like to teach the children when they're small to not invest in piracy due to the fact that corporations do not make money off of this. Now, I'm not saying this is wrong, but it clearly shows that there are agendas that are being taught to children through TV shows. They're subtle and sometimes they're complex. Sometimes they're very simple and can be seen in a second, and other times they're so complex even adults cannot figure out what the show is about. Any type of television, any type of show has an agenda behind it. It is your duty and job to discover what the technology that you use is actually doing to you. So what's the truth? The truth is, we have become so dependent on technology, we are incapable of doing everyday tasks without these technologies. We are nearing an era where movies like The Matrix, iRobot, and The Terminator are becoming seemingly more and more realistic. As a side note, there's a Google executive named Anthony Lewandowski who has created a new temple or church honoring their AI robot as a god. Now, is this a conspiracy to push us to the brink of extinction through poisoning with fluoride, making us dumber, and creating an all-knowing, all-seeing AI that controls humanity? That's for you to decide. That's it.